Alright, you ready to talk about some shit?
Yes! Yes!
Hello.
Yo. That's not very, it's not very, like, upbeat. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new episode. Oh, he's carrying on. I think he's crescendoing in a sec. He's about to crescendo. Oh, crescendoed.
Everybody, hello. Welcome to... I'm not going to do it again. Welcome to Talking Shit. Where this week... Oh my god.
We've got a bit of a different episode.
Are we actually just talking about shit?
Yeah.
The talking
But
and the
no.
shit part come really in today because...
Yeah.
Basically, without getting too mad at certain people, we've been trying to set up... If you watched last week's episode, which you didn't, we know you didn't, it only has 5 views, you didn't watch it. Fuck. He's crying, everybody. Joe's crying. Oh, by the way, my name's Dan, that's Joe. Joe cries.
Hello.
Every day. Yeah, so basically, last week was supposed to be talking about Lord of the Rings with all 4 of the boys. If you don't know who the boys are, go watch the Marvel episode or the Drunk Star Wars episode. Or didn't we do another random one? Killer Bean. Go watch the Killer Bean one.
Oh, Killer Bean.
It's got a great clickbait thumbnail that has tricked some people. Jesus. And it's not disrespectful. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. But anyway, last week was supposed to be Lord of the Rings. That didn't happen because those two are some of the worst people to just organise easy things with in the history of ever, particularly Brad. And then this week... They've had an entire week to choose a day, and every single day we've said, like, hey, what about today? They've been like, more so Brad again has been like, oh, I forgot. And it's like, what? Do you have a brain? What is happening? It's like, what the fuck? And then obviously today it was a simple thing of me and Joe being like, hey, who's ready to record? And Brad was like, I forgot. And then it was like, really? Okay. And then there was nothing, and it was like, answer our question. So basically, we had to come up with a last-minute topic because people let us down, like everyone does in our life, including us letting other people down. It's a nice circle of life. So yeah, what are we doing today, Joe?
Yo, okay. So the setup for this is we were like, hey, we haven't got a topic. What the hell do we talk about? So maybe we should like go on a website that gives us like a random topic, so we can like, you know, spitball and talk about this topic.
You know, like the laziest possible idea.
Yeah.
It's that. But there's another.
But it'd be good because like it, you know, it'd be.
We're funny.
What can we do
kind
with
of.
this? Oh wow, epic.
Let's get our own 16 subscriber spin on it.
But then on this website, randomlists.com, shout out.
Do you think we're allowed to use? We might have to pay for that advertise.
No, they have
they
to pay
us.
us. Yeah.
What's the name again?
Randomlists.com.
Randomlist.com. If you're listening,
Shout out.
We'll happily endorse you.
Yeah, and on this website, there's not just topics, but there's random questions as well. Bloody hell, mate!
Bloody fucking hell!
And you can set a number of questions. I put 525, but only 188 has come up, so I guess that's.
But we're
going to
get through all of them in 5 minutes. It's a challenge.
Oh yeah. And yeah, and that kind of brought me to the thought of, you know,
One eternity later.
It's kind of like.
Well, I kind of got thinking about in movies,
Yes.
and we have talked about movies.
That is
and
all we've talked
specifically
about, and a game.
movies where there's like a high school date. Often it's like, oh my god, what am I gonna say on this day? It's gonna be awkward if we can't talk about anything. So the way we're framing it is, we're gonna ask and you know, wonder about these questions.
Ponder, if you will.
And imagine if someone were to use these questions on a date
On a first
in order
date,
to
if they were,
make it not awkward.
if they were an
when in
absolute
fact,
clapped retard.
Yeah, when in fact it
thought this
probably
would
would
work.
make it awkward.
The idea is that we're going to make fun of each question because we've kind of screened some of it. What the fuck am I talking about?
Screened, yeah,
we're two
baby.
idiots in a bedroom. Jesus Christ, not the same one.
No.
okay.
Sometimes though.
That's not even a joke, though.
It's just like
Me and you have technically sat on the same bed together and been touching in some way, like leg to leg.
sus.
But
But
so maybe we should use these on our first date with each other. No, so basically we're gonna make fun of the joke, and then
But also we're gonna
like,
answer them sometimes.
we will
as well,
actually
I think.
answer them and try and be genuine. But some of these are hilariously bad. So just hop along on this idea that we came up with last minute, and have some fun. We're dicking around. The show is called Talking Shit. Enjoy us talking shit.
I'm just scrolling, and like one of the questions is, "Have you ever been electrocuted?"
What are you supposed to say to that? Yes,
bro, that's like if you ask that on a date, how threatening would that be?
Do you want to be electrocuted?
It's like, have you been electrocuted? And then you produce a taser from your back pocket.
I keep these for rapists, but I'm thinking of making an exception.
I mean, yeah.
All
have
right.
you been electrocuted?
Probably, yeah. I don't fucking know.
I mean, what do we count as being electrocuted? Because, I mean, I've had a bit of static.
Like, you get a bit of static,
shock.
or like, I'm sure you've like my hair is a complicated beast for some reason, and it takes effort and time in the morning as if I was a woman. So like when I have to go out places, when that used to be a thing, I gotta like gel it and dry it and all this bollocks. So like, I guess like whenever I use a dryer and kind of pull out the plug and maybe accidentally touch the metally bits, I'm an electrician if you can't tell.
I didn't know that about you.
I'd touch it and I'd be like, "Oi!" and like it would send a jolt.
Oh, actually,
I'm just imagining if I was on a date with somebody and they asked me this question, because I like not that long ago went on a date that was a little bit awkward, and it was like if they would have asked me that, it's one of those things where like you would answer the question, but the whole time in the back of your head you'd be like, why the fuck are we doing this? And I bet in the back of their head as well, like, why the fuck did I ask that? You know what I mean?
That's like such a random question where like you could answer, like I feel like on a date you could ask questions which are like kind of a bit weird, but like
if it fits the if you two have got a bit of like a thing going on, like a chemistry.
Like it'll break the ice more if like it's like a silly answer or like ha ha ha.
But also that's the kind of question that you would ask and try to like set up your own answer. Like
if you just ask that question randomly.
It's like when somebody when somebody just asks a question so they can fucking answer it. And I've been guilty. I think everyone's guilty of that at some point in their life.
You just blurt it out like, "Have you been electrocuted?"
Yeah, exactly. And then they go like, "No," but then they kind of seem interested. Go, "Have you?" And you're like, "No." You just kind of stare back at them.
So interesting.
You go back to eating your fucking like Happy Meal because you took it to McDonald's.
Classy. I guess the thing I could say I've been electrocuted. Obviously, you've got your standard static shocks,
which I don't think really counts. Really, that's like a pussy electrocution.
I remember when I was a young strapping lad, and we went. I don't know, like you know how you get
whatever happened.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm a waste. I'm a shell of a man.
You giant pile of human protoplasm, or whatever he said.
You know, like some chicken wire is like electrocuted. Like to keep chickens in all farms. Yeah. Well, like I touched that like a silly boy, because it gave me such a shock. Like I pulled my hand back really fast, but because the spikes on the wire,
Did you cut yourself?
It got caught on my thumbnail and it ripped all of it off.
What, like the whole thing like came off like a tile in a bathroom?
Like three quarters of it. It was just ripped. Yep. Hey, you're learning more about me. How's this day
you had a
going
good
for you?
answer to that question. Speaking of thumbs, I don't know if you can. This is really great for the audio only podcast that we're currently recording. But there's like this mark on my thumb. I think I've shown you in real life. I've got like a mark on my thumb that like I used to work in a chip shop because money and poor child. So like I used to work in a chip shop, and I was like first day there I was cleaning with like a sponge, like hand washing, and we get one of the knives that I used to cut the fish, and I just kind of went boop, like I grabbed the knife on the blade end and like rubbed the sponge up, so it cut all the way through the sponge and cut like a massive chunk of my thumb off that was hanging out and bleeding everywhere. I nearly passed out, and then to make it better, it would all, we plaster it, try and get it to heal back, and then but there'd always be a little gap, and obviously I play guitar, and obviously that it was my right hand which I used to pluck the strings, so every now and then I'd be trying to play the guitar, I'd go to pluck the string, misplace it, and the string would go in that gap and just tear my thumb open again. I'd bleed all over the guitar. It was not good. So there's some general thumb stuff. So yeah, I see that you've sent me the link for the questions as well.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask each other questions? We'll
no, just so
ones,
if like you can put like in like I don't know, just put 500 questions, then like run it, and then we'll have different ones, and then if one piques your interest.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll just read. Okay. So now it's my turn as the girl in this scenario.
Sure, we'll do it in turns.
Yeah, as the girl in this scenario, it's now my turn to go. He
yes.
asked an awkward question. I guess I'll do it back.
But you have to flutter your eyes first.
To be fair, that's kind of sweet. Like, I don't know if you've ever been on like a date with a girl where like you kind of do something and you're like, oh, why the fuck did I say that? And then she almost tries to make you feel better by also being like, hey, here's a dumb question from me, and it's like. It is kind of cringe, but it's also kind of like, it's sweet because it's like, you can tell they've only done it to make you not feel as bad.
Yeah,
which is like...
It's okay, yeah. It's just, bro, as long as you don't get like...
Sorry, I'm looking at the question. Sorry, if you're wondering why Joe suddenly stopped, I pulled a very weird face and he thought like something was wrong. I'll read this question in a second. I don't get it. Sorry, continue.
Oh, I forgot what I was saying.
Brilliant.
Go ahead with the question.
I'm sorry. The question says, have you ever been done karaoke? Have you ever been done karaoke?
Been done.
I don't actually want to ask that, but that's what it says.
Karaoke. I want to do karaoke, man, but I haven't like ever properly went out and like.
You're looking at a guy who's done karaoke. You better believe. Drunk karaoke as well. That's a good thing about Japan. They have like just whole karaoke bars and stuff where you just go into private rooms and just get drunk and sing. That's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't done it a lot. But, like I have done it before, and it's fun. It's fun once everybody's drunk because obviously if you're not, it's awkward.
Yeah. I'd want to get inebriated.
Yeah.
Let's say.
That wasn't. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say it'd be funny to do like a duo song with like one of the boys.
sing a song from Fortnite.
Oh yeah, they'd have that on the.
They definitely have. Do any Fortnite songs have lyrics? I don't know.
I don't. No.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
I
know recently they've started like putting in actual songs that are like popular in there with like the dances, so like
some
TikTok. Yeah,
we're not talking about TikTok this week. And I guess the real question, which is actually a cool one for us because this is hard, what's your favorite video game? Oh Jesus.
I don't know. I don't like. Bro,
I know you don't like
bad at
listing
answering questions.
Stuff. Well, yeah, that's true. That's why you didn't go into a career of answering questions.
It's like, yeah, professional question answerer.
That's a thing, right? That's not a thing. Why would that be a thing? I guess you could say like an actor would be like a professional question because they have to, like, especially if you go on like a talk show, they have to remember the script of what they're supposed to answer and be like, come across as fun and nice so people watch the film. I can't watch talk shows anymore because, like, obviously there's some that are genuine and just actually they're just talking, but most talk shows you can just tell it's you know what I mean? It's like pre-made. It's like, oh, this feels weird.
Yeah, there's a varying degree of like that kind of vibe. I forget which one of the I think it's probably Fallon.
Oh,
Jimmy Fallon.
That's
Yeah,
not a good one.
I don't really like him. His laugh as well.
I like
That's
Kimmel.
one-
I think
that's the
Kimmel does a
thing.
better job of hiding when it's all fake. You know
Kimmel.
what I mean?
Yeah. But
Kimmel's
bro,
cool.
Jimmy Fallon. Oh my god.
Have you seen like when he hosted the Oscars and it was just like fucking so cringy? It was just like Donald Trump and am I right, guys? And it was like, yes, you are right.
For politics, yeah.
Ha ha ha.
There's someone who had a good
Talk show.
like Golden Globes or whatever, like one of those. Has
Ricky
has
Gervais.
Chris Pratt ever done one?
Maybe.
Ricky Gervais, yeah. Probably.
Ricky Gervais is the best, obviously the best, because you can tell he just went up there and said whatever the fuck he wants, which is cool.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
I love Ricky Gervais.
He's
Yeah, favorite video game. That's I don't know why, but I knew both of us wouldn't be able to answer it because I don't fucking know. Like,
I don't
there's
like
too many.
saying favourites, man, but like I'll just go Witcher 3, Red Dead 2, Hollow Knight, Hades.
Hades is good. I was listening to the Weekly Planet where they were trying to tell the guys that they had guests on, and they were trying to tell them that Hades was a bad game, and I was like, get the fuck out. And they were like saying that it's bad because she couldn't stand Hades being the like, oh hello, I'm cool or whatever. And I'm like, but that's not the game. That's just you can just turn the dialogue off. You can just mute the dialogue and just play the game. Like it's a great dungeon crawler. I don't know.
Upvote.
Opinions. I guess if I had to say, probably like if I had to say a favorite, like from like, I'll say favorite from childhood that is still a really good game, like Majora's Mask, or I guess also Ocarina of Time, seeing as I have the official Nintendo 64 cartridge of Ocarina of Time right there on my desk. I don't have a cartridge of Majora's Mask, which sucks, but I have it on 3DS. Which is a great port. Yeah, Majora's Mask is a really good fucking game. I don't think everyone talks about Ocarina of Time, and it's literally just Ocarina of Time, but like not to say that Ocarina of Time isn't good, but it's like Ocarina of Time, but interesting, kind of different, which I like. It's like a weird story, which is I think Zelda's at its best when it's really fucking weird.
I never played those games. But
they're good. Wind Waker's amazing.
If I was going to go for a throwback one, it'd be Mario 64.
Ooh. Boo! Basic. No, it's great.
No. Or the Mario Galaxy games as well. Ooh.
They're pretty. Yeah, I like the first one more than the second. I don't know why. Like the second is just the first with more stuff, but I think that first one's really solid.
Yeah,
I also
it's all new.
Super Smash Brothers, I guess, is a huge thing. I'm my favorite game. The way they're not even my favorite, but I'm the best at fighting games. I'm like so good at fighting games that growing up, my friends would not want to play games with me because, like, we play Super Smash Brothers all the time, and I just win every single time. Which is a humble brag because I'm not very good at other games. So there you go. Mortal Kombat 2, not Mortal Kombat 2, as in Mortal Kombat also, is great. I like 10 a lot because that was kind of the main one I played a bunch of, which isn't old, but no, wait, 9, not because that's Mortal Kombat X. No, 9. I prefer 9. 9's cool. So yeah, I guess that was a question. Yeah.
Bioshock games as well. There you go.
I haven't played them yet. I will. Oh,
there you go, Chris.
Probably
Chris.
Chris shout out. Actually, probably the best game that I've played. I guess last year I could say was Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I finally played it. I don't know if people know about it, but it's fucking sick. It's one of the best games I've ever played. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. It's on Xbox Game Pass. Get it. It's great.
Yo, Dan, have you ever been to a planetarium?
Planetarium.
Yeah, this is like a more of an American question. I don't feel like what is a planetarium? Is it just
it's
planets?
like a
yes, but like it's just a museum.
It's like a big dome, right? It's like a big dome.
Oh, I thought it was like a museum type vibe.
I think it's a museum and a big dome. I'll tell you what, to excite you, I did a project recently where I think I told you about where I had to organize like getting this new and up and coming foreign film in like venues around England to doing like a film festival.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the Bristol Film Festival, and while I was talking to them about it and like researching them and stuff, they have a planetarium where they screen like science fiction films, and they're going to, or they already have, but I think they're doing it again whenever things reopen. They're going to screen Wall-E in a planetarium. So like how it's like a big dome and you look up at the stars or whatever, but it's Wall-E.
Yeah.
You would love that.
Yeah, man. With like some kind of like surround. It's like surround.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like sound all the way around, and it's like booming. It's like
we've done an episode on Wall-E. Go and watch it. It's one of Joe's favorite films.
Yeah.
Subtle plug.
A planetarium is a theatre built primarily for presenting educational and entertaining shows about astronomy and the night sky.
Yeah,
it's
like a dome. It's like a dome.
Yeah, I mean, did
Ross
you ever
and Rachel
have
have
those guys
sex in one?
come to your school and like set up that like inflatable dome where like you look up and there's like space shit. You like go inside and like I don't know.
No.
Well, we did.
The best thing about this question is that both of the answer for us is just like on its base value is just no. But here's some related things.
Yeah. On the like topic of like questions that you'd ask in a date, like you're already going about it in like the wrong way,
The
aren't
wrong
you?
way,
Like
yeah.
you just have a
You're
conversation.
basically-
You don't like go, hey, like if you ask a question like what's your favorite food, like the most basic, like come on buddy, like,
but that's the spark of
after
conversation that will
I
then continue. You're not
I
supposed
guess,
to just
but like you
have a list
just,
of questions in your head.
Yeah. That's the thing. You could ask that question and then it goes on, but like if you ask that question with it like in your head, like oh shit, I've got to ask this question to like further on the conversation. Like you're just tense, aren't you? Like you're not going to be able to.
You gotta relax. I mean, you're getting advice from two single like 20-year-olds. I mean, you're nearly 20. Fuck it.
Fuck.
Don't take our advice, but also maybe do.
But like I think a lot of things are mostly common sense.
Well, yeah, exactly. And
like,
people
a lot of
don't
things
have
are
common
simple,
sense nowadays.
and things are just overcomplicated sometimes.
Well, like a lot of the times, a lot of the like dates that I went on in like the last year, a lot of them were just like, I mean, we didn't like click anyway. That's why I didn't really take it any further. But also like, I never felt like I was, maybe this is just being like self-centered, but I never really thought that I was like the problem. I'd always find that they would be awkward and I'd like have to always be like conversation. And once
So you've got the high ground.
Well, not like, even that. Not even
you
that.
can be like, I am the dominator. Fuck you.
We have different approaches. No, I meant like, like once I like started talking about something, they'd like open up and it'd be like a good conversation. But they just had no idea how to like start talking. So if I just didn't speak, maybe I should test that the next time. Just go on a date where I'm like, I really don't feel anything, but I want to see if they'll say anything. But then that's just awkward and a waste of money. But no, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of, I feel like it's a sweet thing as well. I feel like a lot of girls, like, I think they worry about guys that think that girls like, oh, you talk too much or whatever. But it's like, just fucking be yourself. Like, and if you're a cool person and they're a cool person, it'll work. Yeah.
If you like,
why are we giving relationship advice? What's happening?
I don't know if we are. I don't know if we are. Maybe.
We're giving date advice, I guess.
I guess.
We've both been at. Wait, have you ever been on like a date with somebody, like first date, and then like it didn't go anywhere?
No.
Player.
No.
No. Yeah.
You
haven't been on that
bro.
many,
I feel like it's just simple. Like, bro,
it is simple. Yeah.
as long as like your intentions are kind of like pure.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And like you have like a good vibe. No, but you get what I mean. Like your energy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you're like fully in it. Like you're committed to like you know, talking or whatever.
I'm just while you're talking, I'm looking at some of these. Imagine asking a girl on a date, "Have you ever eaten from the trash?" That's a great one. I gotta. Oh wait, is it whose turn is it? No, you
Bin
asked the
juice.
planetarium thing, didn't you? We're not bringing up the bin juice thing, okay? Nobody's gonna comment anyway. All right.
Yeah,
We have
sure.
me and Joe have we disagree that what was it, £1,000? Joe would drink a shot of bin
£1,000
juice.
for.
I refuse.
Chris agrees with me. I'm not alone.
Brad agrees with me.
And also Ryan agrees with me as well.
Ryan's a fucking cretin. He lives out
No,
of bin juice.
No,
like,
Ryan is an upstanding member of society.
on face value, yes. Oh wait, no, it's the other way around.
Bro,
Oh my
it's
god.
easy money. That's all I'm saying.
What is it?
And
What
we'll
is
leave
this?
it there.
What are some of these questions? Have you ever cut your own hair?
Yes.
Wait, have you?
Lockdown, bro.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
I'm
I mean,
not gonna,
before
I'm not gonna
that-
answer that.
Before that, no. But
I had
why
a,
aren't you going to answer that?
Okay, I had a really bad thing when I was a kid. I don't remember how old I was, but it was like primary school, like early primary school. And I was really frustrated that I wanted a haircut and I just couldn't get one. And I was like, fuck the system, man. And
I'm going rogue.
I cut my own hair in the middle of the night. And then next morning, woke up and my mom freaked out because I had a bunch of bald patches.
Oh, did
and
you
I
have
had
school or something or what?
Yeah, I did. So then I had to
Oh,
I had to skip school and go to Ben's mom, who kind of knows how to cut hair a little bit, and she basically gave me that crew cut G, and that's
No
the
fade.
that's the
Just, or was there a fade?
no, there was a fade. She actually did a pretty cool fade, but that's the shortest my hair has ever been because I cut my own hair when I was like five or something, five or six maybe.
I can't remember when, but like probably up until like I was 8 or 9. My dad always just used to shave my hair.
Did you
Just
do a
my
good
hair.
job?
No, like literally just all the same all over.
Oh,
Just like
cool.
yeah, it's not.
That'll
really the same.
that'll save like £10 every month and a half or whatever.
I know that's what he does that to his own hair, but like he keeps it very short, so like it's all right. But
It's like
yeah,
£10 to get a haircut or something like that.
yeah, man.
Okay, I guess that was the question. That wasn't going to be, but then turns out, as I was reading it, I was like, oh yeah, I do have a fucking story about it. Goddamn.
Do you have a story about this question though?
Mm.
Which do you like better, ninjas or pirates?
Pirates.
Have you ever been a ninja?
Easy. Pirates.
I know you're a pirate.
Pirates,
I know you're
pirates
a pirate
are like,
fan.
it's always weird to say because it's not technically an era of history, I guess. But like the era that did have pirates in is my favorite. Since I was a kid, I always tell this story about like I had this book on a bunch of pirates that my mom would like read me all the time when I went to sleep, and one day she accidentally spilt coffee on the book. But what she did, because my mom is the coolest mom ever, was she then then spilt a bunch. She then got coffee on like every single page.
Oh yeah,
and then she like blow dried it, and it made it like it was an old book.
Did you ever make a treasure map in primary school? Yes, sir.
I never did, you know. But I remember hearing about it and knowing that was a thing.
Yeah, man. Get your tea. Not too much though. Not too much.
This has nothing to do with making a treasure map in school, but in secondary school, as an introduction to this is like year 9, by the way, so we're like 14 or whatever, and it's an introduction we were doing about the Nazis. They made us do a bunch of things that the Hitler Youth would do and the female equivalent, and like we did all that, and then we got back in class after like the boys had to run around and like do push-ups while the girls knitted and whatever, and they were like that's what Nazi Germany was like, and we were like,
hey.
And we were all 14, so we're just like, you know, our voices are all slowly breaking, so they sound way deeper than they need to be, and we're like, okay, great. And it was like,
cool.
as we're running
I'm not
about,
affected by this
as we're running about, all of us are just like, we can see where this is going. And then they'd be like, we got back and they're like, surprise, Nazis! And we were like, yeah, we know.
Surprise Nazis.
It would have been better if like somebody came down and took a Jewish kid out of the class and we didn't know why, but there were no Jewish people. There were no Jewish people in the class.
Oh, unfortunate.
So that's what I do as a teacher. If you can't tell,
yeah.
I'm never becoming a teacher.
Single them out.
Fuck, Jesus.
Bro, like ninjas is kind of the classic cool one, but like pirates is kind of like, it's like, yo, they're cool as well, but also they had really bad hygiene, and they didn't live for long.
Ninjas probably didn't like. I mean, for maybe as they went on.
But like, bro, you didn't eat good as a pirate.
Well,
But
yeah,
are we talking about
amazingly.
like the? But that's all you need.
Yeah.
Are we talking about like the actual kind of pirate period, which not really, but kind of?
Like 1700s.
Or are we talking about like the each like the ninja and the pirate, like the like idealized version of them?
What if
it's like, whoa?
All right, I'll say it like this: if it's history, I go pirates every day. If it's modern day, I go ninjas, because ninjas now are probably just kind of like ceremonial or like just kind of like a
just kind of chill.
Yeah. Whereas pirates kidnap and rape people. So
yes, our Somali
isn't
brethren.
that weird that pirates back in the day had like respect and almost kind of like an honor and a code where like they'd be in bed by like 8 and they'd be like cleaning the ship and doing this stuff. Whereas nowadays they rape people. What happened?
They went downhill quick.
Whereas ninjas have just become cool. If anything, ninjas have become better because ninjas are no longer breaking into places, killing people and doing stuff. Now, they're like just cool like Japanese guys that are just like, I do the flips.
I'm not gonna stab you. I'm just cool.
Yeah, like I'm just dressed up as one and I flip about and it's like, yay!
Ninja do tricks. Clap, clap, clap.
See, you say that and now I'm just thinking about Blevo. Ninja joins Mixer.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess that was I gotta find a question now.
Yeah. Maybe I'll find one first.
Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna beat you to the punch. This is like the most basic fucking thing ever. God, I could just see this on a date. It'd be fucking. Also, what would that be on a date? Hi, do you prefer pirates or ninjas?
I like the ninjas in that kind of time period because
that's
I'm kind of into anime.
She brings out a body pillow. Me too. But like, I like the idea of like that's the kind of guy who on a date would be like just so out of depth even getting to the restaurant. Like he'd be like pirates or ninjas, and then he'd hide under the tablecloth and like wait for the answer.
Whilst vigorously sweating. That's a key.
Yeah. So if you, this is so bitch basic, and there are definitely people that actually ask this on a date,
Hit
or not.
me.
Unironically, there is definitely some guy that goes, "Oh, if you had to swap lives with a famous person, who would it be?"
Oh, bro, I wouldn't want to be honest.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I guess.
Bro, like everyone's just huge. Like it's not like being a famous person. Like
it fucking sucks.
Like it doesn't give you superpowers. Like what do you become? So you become that famous person, but like you're in complete control. Well,
I guess
you just go for the richest person.
What would you do as defining, like, I fucking would not do that. If you're, like, defining famous, because being, like, super famous would fucking suck. Like, you can't, like, barely leave your house, do normal things. There's, like, studios constantly telling you what to say and what to do in interview. Like, you can't even just have a genuine interview with people. They, like, say this to promote the movie. Like, you would just become a, like, vessel for, like, corporate bullshit. And then... And, like, the second you mess up or do something slightly wrong, you get destroyed by this new PC culture and just get fucked. And you're like you'd just be afraid to open your fucking mouth.
Or we could take control of a political leader and mold the world to our will.
I'll be Kim Jong-un. I'd press launch.
Putin.
Just to see what happened.
I'll be Poot.
Putin's a
Poutine.
good call because you like ride fucking bears. Like,
Every that's
would
just
you
his,
also-
his mode of transport.
would you also be worried that if you turned into Putin, that like you'd approach the bear that he normally rides, and he can just smell like you're not fucking Putin. Like you ain't the man. Like you're not giving off as many pheromones and like big man energy.
Yeah, I just smell like an English person, and the bear is trained to kill on sight English people.
Anyone that isn't Russian, like Ukrainians and Polish people, it gets kind of confused and conflicted.
So,
You're kind of the same, but you're kind of same, but not really. Tell me we had flesh. Yeah, I guess fucking.
I would become a famous person in order to invoke real change in this world and make a difference, a positive one at that.
I'd become the richest man in the world, and no, I'd become like one of the smartest people in the world. I'd figure out the answer to world hunger, and then I'd destroy the evidence and kill myself. And then everyone stays
Noble.
hungry.
Maybe I'd want to be Elon Musk because he's a rich fellow, but also
Yeah.
like
By the way, that was a joke, everybody. Jesus. I just imagine somebody listens to like, what?
this guy.
Wow. There's something mysterious about
I
that
don't
girl
like it.
twiddling her hair. You want people to starve? Oh, you naughty. You're teasing me.
Naughty. You're teasing me. You're teasing me.
I love that guy, man. Have you seen how big his fucking arms are, bro?
No,
Like-
I didn't think he was a
Oh
muscular
my god.
gentleman.
Everybody makes fun of him and, he's always like, oh, lol, naughty, teasing. But you look at his arms, that guy's fucking arms. I'd be that guy. He was famous briefly. I'd be that guy so I could have his massive arms. Jesus.
Oh,
Joe's
you know,
looking it up.
you know what famous people I'd be?
Trying to find
Famous
the
person
arms.
I'd be.
Mhm.
I'd be Backpack Kid. You know the kid who did the floss. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's famous, isn't he?
For briefly. Well, everyone's what does it say? Everyone will be famous for like 15 minutes or seconds or whatever in their life. Whatever that. Andy Warhol or whatever.
Or Psy, Gangnam Style.
We bring it back.
Yep.
If I was Psy, I'd make a
Gangnam
song.
Style 2. Wow.
Yeah, I would. I was gonna say I'd make just Gangnam Style too. I'd be the guys behind Despacito. I'd be all of them, but I wouldn't make Despacito 2. I'd make like Despacito 3 and just really and never ever again address it. And like so, it's just Despacito and Despacito 3, and everybody just cries.
Where's 2?
Where the fuck is 2?
Where's it gone?
What is this? The Transformers movies on Amazon Prime?
Oh, let's go.
That's a deep cut. Unless you have Amazon Prime and you just so happen to watch... Or you watch the Cosmonaut Variety Hour video that came out on the day we were recording.
Yes.
Or yesterday. I don't fucking remember. Then you'll get the joke. If not, feel alienated, you fuck.
Oh god, I just found a question. This is obviously an American, like, kind of thing, because one of the questions is, which do you like better, cars or trucks? Cars or, like, pickup trucks? They're not...
I feel like
They're
driving-
useful in America, but not here.
driving a pickup truck is kind of big dick energy, but also
Also small dick energy.
overcompensation, yeah. It's got to be
duality.
cars. Like, it's
The
gotta be
duality
cars,
of
you know what I
pickup
mean?
trucks.
Like
Yeah,
ever
that's a no-brainer.
since everything shut down, I'm no longer having like driving lessons. I miss driving a lot, weirdly. I drive like this fucking. It's this like it's like a really recent kind of Mini Cooper model, and it's so nice to drive. I know I would never get a Mini myself because it like eats petrol like fucking mad, and like it's expensive and whatever. But God, driving a Mini, like a modern Mini, is so nice. Like, because I've driven other cars and I've gone, this ain't as nice. This ain't as nice.
They're either under or related to BMW. I know that.
You know more about cars than me, so.
German.
But
German, maybe.
yeah, for
carries
me
over.
also, I like older cars as well. Like my dream car, like dream ridiculous with this will never happen car is Porsche 911, like a 73. I think it's a 70. I get confused whether it's the 73 or the 72. It's the one without the spoiler, because spoiler alert, spoilers fucking suck.
What?
You don't look cool. You don't look cool.
Small. You can have ones that are like a style, like
A small
stylish.
stylized one that is not like lifted and elevated on a fucking pedestal. Yeah,
Correct.
cool. But like the ones that are like, look at my aerodynamicness. It's like, fuck off. That ain't helping.
Yeah, like
me.
look at my aerodynamicness.
Yeah. You
on
know,
a
the classic.
on like a Ford Fiesta.
Exactly.
Not
Exactly.
even like just like a base model Ford Fiesta.
It always when I
yeah.
see like guys driving it, and it's always fucking guys driving it, because no woman is that fucking stupid when it comes to a car. Like, fucking, I see the guy inside it, and he's like, he thinks he's all hard, and it's like, you've got a spoiler on the back to make your car look it costs more than it actually does. No one cares how much you paid for a car. Just drive.
Just get on with your life.
Jesus. See, Joe, if you were on a date with me and you asked me that question, I'd get mad.
But then maybe I'd be like, oh my god, he's so passionate. That's kind of attractive. Or not.
Maybe
Because he's getting so mad about such a trivial
something so
question.
trivial. Yeah.
Wow.
What's he gonna do when I cheat on him? You're already planning ahead.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Don't cheat on people. People. Yes, that's how I wanted to phrase that. You're a dick.
Correct. Yo, what is the longest you've been awake?
Oh, 20. Hang on. Say, I think the morning of this thing, I woke up at like. This is back when I used to be a really good morning person. I miss those days. Yeah, it's like I woke up at maybe like 8, and then I went full 24 hours. I fell asleep at my desk at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So how long is that? 24, and then 25, and then 6. So 31 hours.
What the hell were you doing? Were you? Did you have to meet a deadline?
No. It was like Brad's birthday or something.
Yeah.
And this was back when sleepovers were cool.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was kind of towards the end of it. It's kind of sad, like maybe like 12 or something, like 12, 13. Sleepovers were not cool anymore at that age. If you still want to do them, fair play, but they're not as cool as you think. Those days are gone. But yeah, like, it was like just, I think Chris was there as well. And we just were like, wouldn't it be funny if we just pulled an all-nighter and just played games all night? And we did. And then, I don't know if you've ever stayed up more than 24 hours or like all through the night. You then don't feel tired, so then you go about your day.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got back home, and it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm watching something on my computer at this very desk, back when it was at my old house, and I just went BANG!
Yeah.
I was asleep
You
for like
just
5
zonk.
hours. Yeah. It was not worth it.
Your body stops, and then you kind of like have to recover.
It physically stopped. There wasn't like a thing of, when you're like tired and you kind of go like, hey, like, you're like, oh,
Catch yourself.
yeah, you like catch yourself like, oh, fuck. I just went bang! And even the bang on the desk did not wake me back up. I was out.
In those situations where like you kind of catching yourself, for me it's usually when you've let yourself like be stagnant for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, whereas if you're actually doing stuff, like you wouldn't feel tired. But if you like been up for like 24 hours or whatever.
31 hours is a long time. I'm
I'm trying to
that.
think.
Well, we've had like, when lockdown first started and everyone was all depressed, but we were like, gaming untethered.
I mean, 6 a.m. was.
That's the thing. We used to like stay
wasn't
up to
that
like
abnormal.
6. We used to stay up to like 6 a.m. a few times. So think about when you woke up that day.
Yeah. Thing is though.
Have you never gone like above 20, more than 24?
It must be like 22 or something.
Yeah, like
Because
close.
like.
You wouldn't have got up
like
at 6 that day, yeah.
Yeah, because like 6 a.m. Yes, it's the morning, and yes, it's light outside, but it's like if you can still go to sleep for like.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
You can still go to sleep for 4 hours and still wake up in the morning, like. And 4 hours is like yeah, it's not
It
much,
happens.
but like
It
you can
happens.
still function. Like, and I've tried it, but like I've ended up, I ended up just going to sleep. Like, I ended up getting too comfortable. Like it was very late, and I was like, yeah, I'll stay up for like how whatever. And I ended
Yeah.
up getting into my bed and watching TV.
It
And
becomes a
like
problem, doesn't it?
you're just asking for it there, and you just
Yeah,
go to
like
sleep.
we actually all kind of stopped ourselves like about a month of doing that because we were like, this is dumb. Like we're all like fucking tired, and I was still like, I mean, you were you working at that point? Or you were working, right? Still? I don't remember. Or did you have like a break? I don't remember.
I mean, I had a period where I did like 3 days a week,
Yeah, that was yeah. Back
and
when you
then
weren't full like proper full time. Yeah.
yeah, they're like yeah,
I was working twice a week in Birmingham, so I was like traveling, which makes you tired, even though it's just sitting down. But for some reason, it
Yeah.
does. And I'd like it was a bigger new store as well, so I was like, oh fuck me. It was not. I mean, we had fun. The thing is that you have a good laugh, and in the moment you're like, this was worth it, and then the next day you realize I've done this so many times that it doesn't even stand out. So it's like it's not worth it.
yeah. Or like, bro, I feel like everyone must have done this, but like once you like leave the call and it's just silent, and you're just like, oh yes, I'm very tired, and it's light outside. Better
do you
get
ever?
some
Yeah.
sleep.
You ever have this like as soon as you like say bye to like your mates or whatever on a call, and then like you sat alone and you just have that briefest of moment where you're just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh, it's depressing.
You have like a brief moment of like so much depression, and then you kind of realize that no wait a minute, the world is. I killed him, folks. I killed him. You kind of have that moment of like, wait, no, the world is fucked. There's nothing. Like, if we were doing this and the world was still functioning, I'd be like, fucking hate myself. You know, like that's not living really. But like, seeing as the world is shut down, it's probably better than a lot of people's situations because they're just alone all the time. Yeah.
True.
Which sorry, that sucks.
True.
Yeah, I guess let's go from that morbid topic. How long have we been? Gee, we've been talking about this, bro. Time is like flying on this shit. We've been talking like 48 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess we'll do a couple more and then we'll end this. I hope this has been somewhat enjoyable. I've been having a good time.
Yeah.
This will be a good one for. I mean, I know I have a lot to speak about at least. Which do you like better, cardio or weightlifting? So basically, I'd say like, yeah, like, do you prefer like cardio as an exercise, or do you prefer like weights, or even not even weightlifting, or even just like, you know, like body weight stuff and other things?
There's different types of cardio though, because like
Exactly.
in forms of like enjoyment, like, bro, get me on a bike and just like let me go somewhere easy. But
yeah, I was gonna say this fits in pretty well because this week we started doing a little challenge. I saw a thing that was like, hey, run the distance that it takes to climb Mount Fuji and we'll send you this really cool medal. And I said, that's cool. But then I said, fuck medals. I don't need a medal to tell me that I'm like kind of slacking on the working out stuff. Like I realized recently, I was like, shit, I used to be like in pretty good shape and now fuck. So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to just run the distance. I'm going to run like, I think it was like, yeah, like 80k in a month. So like 4 or 5k's a week, which isn't even that much. And I was like, so fuck yeah, let's go. And then my dad was like, hey, I need to get back into running. I'll do it too. And then Joe said, hey, I'll do it too. And it kind of just became a domino effect where a bunch of us are now doing it. So I guess it's interesting, yeah, because you're now running multiple times a week. And this is the first week we're in it. It's hard. It's not hard in the moment. Once you're running and you know where you have to go and you can get in that headspace, like it sucks, but you're like, I can keep doing this. But like getting yourself to do it and the aching and getting over that, it's tough. But I then also feel good because I feel like I'm like doing, you know, I'm conquering this thing that's like trying to tell me like, no, don't do it. My body's like, it's not even my body. My brain is just like, oh, like being a pussy. And I'm like, fuck you, brain. And then I go do it and feel good, even though I hate it. Like, it's a weird thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And with running, like, I've never actually been on runs. Like, I always just went on my bike. But, like, with running, it's like, bro, like, you have to, like, carry on. Like, you can't, like, on a bike, you can, like, you can kind of chill out, but, like,
You can cruise.
bro, I've done it, like, on both of these runs this week because I'm fucking unfit. Where, like, I've just started walking. And, like, I know everyone's seen that person.
Yeah.
Like, passing them by, and you're like, you're not running, are you, mate? Bit of a loser.
Yeah.
And, bro,
You don't want to be that, yeah.
fucking hate it.
I'm
But we're
luckier
building
than
up.
you.
Because, like, to be honest, it's, like, bro, 5k, like, out of nowhere.
Well, that's good. It's
Kind
like you've just thrown yourself in at the deep end, and it's kind of cool. Like, I admire it. Like, you were saying, like, how it was taking you longer than, like, the rest of us and all this shit. And I was like, yeah, but for somebody who's, like, gone from, like, not running, like, at all to, like, even fucking doing it is, like, it's impressive. Like, little fucking baby steps, boys and girls. If I get, like, exercising is a thing that, yeah, it is hard to keep up and it's hard to, like, but trust me, like, I got obsessed with it, like 5 years ago or so, maybe 4 years actually, and like, yeah, it's just made my life a lot better. It's not for everybody, obviously, but no, fuck that. No, it is for everybody. Like,
Yeah.
it's just different intensities for different people. Like, everybody listening to this, you should do some form of exercise every week at some point.
As long as you put effort, like, I think as long as you put effort in, like,
yeah, it's an achievement.
like, if you can be
like,
honest with yourself and think, yeah, like, I've definitely tried there, like, I think, like, that's enough for me, like, building up.
and it feels good to, like, have a challenge, like an actual physical challenge to overcome, because, you know, like, you have these things where it's like, you know, you have like a really hard test, or you have like some other kind of thing that's like, oh, that was hard, and, you know, I had to use my brain, and like, that's really important too. But also, like, I feel like not enough people know about like physical struggle, because nowadays the world is so easy to just breeze by and whatever. But you kind of like start to appreciate shit more. Like, I always say, like, running is such a good cure for like depression, like, not a full-on cure, you know, go to a doctor, but like, it's such a good helping with mental health and stuff, because like, a lot of the people try to explain it like it releases endorphins and all this stuff, and yes, it does, like, we're lifting weights and all this stuff, but also I find running, it's like, I explained this to like my mom and my sister when we were in lockdown and stuff, because like, I was, you know, forced to be around them all the time, and they, like, you know, everybody got a little depressed in lockdown at some point, like, understandable, but like, I was trying to say to them, I was like, go for a fucking run, because like, when your like biggest problem in your life, your thinking is like, oh, you know, I wish I could get out more, but I can't. And then you go for a run, you go, holy shit, this is so much harder than this thing that was stressing me out. So then when you get back and you feel you conquered that thing that you like is so hard you didn't think you could do it, you get back and you go, what was that problem? Like, fuck, I just did that. Like, fuck that problem, you know what I mean? At least that's how running is for me. Like, if I'm ever kind of depressed about something, I go for a run, and I feel better afterwards. I feel like we just talked about cardio, because it's funny, because I actually do prefer weightlifting. Lifting feels good, and you feel strong.
I think you can get more results and better results from weightlifting, but
yeah,
at the moment,
physical results that like make you look good. Yeah, no, working out from home, that's the thing that's kicking my ass, because like, I started out really good, but I've just fallen off the chain with working out. I'm trying to get back on it, especially because gyms are reopening soon, so I'm like building myself back up to be like, right, let's fucking go, because I used to love the gym, going all the time. So like, yeah, no, but weightlifting for me is the better one. But cardio, I find, like, I didn't want to get into the whole thing of like wrestling and stuff, because even that's like technically like, you know, a big load of cardio, but weightlifting also plays into that too, because I'm like lifting heavier dudes than me and kind of slamming and whatever. But yeah, I'd say weightlifting. I'd say I prefer weightlifting.
Slamming dudes.
But I think weightlifting is also harder for people to get into than cardio, because some people can't afford gym memberships, some people can't do whatever, but everyone can afford to go for a run, you know what I mean? It's free. Like, yeah, oh, I have to get shoes, I have to get whatever. it's cheaper than a gym membership. It's cheaper than whatever to get some basic shoes or whatever, and like some trackies. Everyone has trackies. Like, come on, you can run. It's free, and you'll feel better. But yeah, weightlifting is better.
Yeah, man.
Do both. I don't know.
I want to do it, man. I want to get.
Well, when gym's open, me and you'll go.
Yeah.
It'll be cool. How long we got left? Yeah, we got time for like another question from you, and then maybe one more.
Question.
We'll both look for like our last question that will like. I'll look for something that can have some kind of finality to it. Not, do you have a temper? That's a great question to ask on a first date. Hey, are you a raging bitch? I just want to know ahead of time.
Much later.
That took way too long. These questions really are the fucking worst. Yeah, don't worry, we cut all that out. I'll probably put in like Yoda smashing his cock with a rock or whatever in between.
Crush my cock with a rock, I must.
No.
Yeah. I make references to episodes that have less views. It's like nobody knows what I'm on about.
How many views does this episode have?
Like currently?
Yeah.
3.
3. Yeah, okay.
At the minute, yeah.
That's fair. Hold on, who's watching us?
Currently?
Yeah, because like
No.
we're 2 viewers, I guess. I know.
God?
Who's?
That's the
Of
third.
course.
That's the third. Jesus has better things to do. Anyway, yes. Ask your final question, and afterwards I'll reveal at the end of these questions if you said these on a date, if I would bang you or not.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow.
It's stakes now,
There's-
motherfucker.
Oh god. Okay. What's your favorite cheese? Yeah. Answer me.
The 3 cheeses.
Is it cheesy?
The 3 cheeses from Subway.
I'm
not a
I
big
forgot
cheese
the name
guy.
of the holy cheese, but you know.
I'm not a big cheese guy.
Yeah.
I like melted cheese a lot, but I don't.
Melted cheese.
I don't have it a lot because cheese is, you know.
Yeah, bro. I'm not.
I
that
wouldn't
big into
bang you on
cheese
this,
either.
bro.
Well, you're not taken by my cheese question.
Not really. I don't really eat that much cheese. I like the. Yeah.
Come
My
on, man.
my answer is I like the 3 cheeses from Subway that they put on their cheese toasties and other things if you ask for it, and
Okay.
the fake little plasticky cheese that's probably really bad for you. Like if you have like a barbecue.
That's
and
not
you do the
good though. It's
burgers.
just like you just accept it.
Well, yeah, no, but the point is that it is bad. That's why I like it. It's bad, and I like it.
Oh, bro. Have you ever eaten one of them by themselves? Like it's just
No.
nothing.
No, it is plastic. It is just plastic. You take the
Yeah,
plastic,
plastic cheese.
you take the plastic like casing off, and it's just more plastic, but it's yellow
Yeah, pretty much.
/ orange.
Cheese.
What about you then? What about your fucking cheese? Cheese.
Yeah, I'm
Cheese.
not that hard. I'm not that hard into cheese. Not gonna lie.
Why would you ask then? That's a terrible question.
What?
Nobody's banging you
Brilliant-
off of cheese.
Brilliant question, actually.
Can I just point out, I actually found my question pretty quickly, maybe like 30 seconds. That took Joe like 3 minutes.
Not gonna lie, I found one, then I scrolled down and I lost it, so I just picked a random one.
Oh, what? Oh, no. Do you not remember? Oh, if you remembered, you would have fucking asked it, yeah.
Well, like I was kind of flitting between 2, and then yeah, whatever.
You chose the wrong one. You would not be putting your dick in my bum.
Fuck you, cheese.
Oh, hard cheese, mate. You know that expression?
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
That's hard cheese. It just means like tough luck.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a British saying. Okay. And this is a question to finish us off. This wouldn't even be a thing you would ask on a date, or maybe you would. Maybe it would be a cool discussion topic. It wouldn't. Do you swear often? Yes, too much.
Yes.
I wouldn't say you do
I
it too
think-
much though.
Huh?
I wouldn't say you do it too much though.
What you would say you would?
I'd say I do. I don't think you do. Like, just take this podcast for an example. I've probably said fuck more times than like any other word.
You do say fucking a lot
I add fucking to things that don't
to
need...
like emphasize.
But the trouble is that I'm emphasizing too many things that the emphasizing becomes like numb.
Yeah.
I want to stop myself, but I can't. I do try.
No.
Obviously, I can stop. Like when I'm talking to like my, like if I'm with my like granddad or if I'm with relatives, I won't be like, you know, how are you fucking doing? You know, but like when I'm with people I actually care about, like friends. No, I'm kidding. When I'm with people that like I can actually be myself around, like not family, like friends and just other general human beings. Yeah, I'm swearing. It's like bad because I'm swearing at work a lot. And if any customer had an issue with it, which I'm surprised nobody has yet, yeah, I can get like not fired, but I can get like warnings and bullshit.
I think with our generation, I guess I think a lot of the words have just lost their like any kind of like impact they have. Like obviously it depends how like what tone you say it and like how serious you are, but like I kind of just shrug a lot of them off. Like,
yeah, you just like say like shit has become like it isn't even a swear anymore.
No, it's not.
Like shit is just like whatever.
Although, yeah, I don't know how I'd police my children whenever I have them.
I don't plan on having any, so that's not an issue. If I did have kids, they would be swearing so early on. But I feel like if I did have a kid, even though I'm not big on the idea, I'd be like the cool Liam Neeson dad from Love Actually. Like he'd be like in love with some girl at the age of like 5 or whatever, and I'd be like, "Well, you're fucked, aren't you?" And they'd be like I'd try and do it in a way where they don't repeat it unless they're with me. Like I'd try and be a cool dad.
Yeah.
I'd probably fail.
You need to educate them properly
by saying fuck and shit.
Yes, fuck you, child. I never wanted you.
If any of you guys want like lockdowns like and like COVID hard times getting to schools, if you need like tutoring after school, I'll teach your kids how to swear. I'm fine with that.
Good man.
I'll do it free of charge. Just a public service.
Just endlessly swear at them and hope they repeat some of it.
Like, so what swear words have... What are they hard hitting anyway? I'd say like for sure. That's like a... If I said that in front of...
that is
if I said that around family, they would actually be like shook.
Yeah.
I know because I did once and they were shook.
Yeah.
In a fit of rage.
That's a that's probably the biggest one. But like for me, that's more common than like twat.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. Like, but then it's not.
When I say it, I bleep that out in this part. I'm probably gonna bleep it again. Like
true.
Everyone knows what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. Like, it really hits hard, doesn't it?
But then like the Australians.
Oh yeah, but that's different. That's funny.
Right.
They've got silly voices, so it's fine. G'day.
We say it to each other like in that way, kind of.
But that's because we love Australians.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen,
Australians
brother.
are pretty cool.
I'd love to be Australian. Like, not afraid of spiders. Be great. Or snakes.
Yeah. Australians and Canadians, like...
I feel cool like, people. And New Zealanders.
Yeah. I feel like British people and all those type of people can get along easily in general.
Yeah, true.
And not Americans.
Yeah, Americans are kind of like... It's like you can get along, but I tell you what, Americans, you're not great at taking jokes. I didn't realise there was an American guy in my Tesco store once, and I said, well, all Americans are basically fat, aren't they? And they like took like...
Classic.
Yeah, and they kind of took like a... They took offense, but not in a way that they were actually angry. They took offense in like a, well, I don't know about that. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you should...
Oh, God,
Like an intellectual, like, I think you should check your facts. And I'm like, it's a generality. It's a joke. If he said to me, like, well, maybe you guys drink too much tea, I wouldn't be like, I actually don't like tea and I'm British, so, You know, I'd just be like, get out. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'd...
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually,
maybe you should check your facts. Batman versus Superman is actually really kind of hip and cool and says a lot of things about the characters that we've never heard before. I am so fucking sick. There is this channel that keeps getting recommended to me, and I don't know why. It's called Tex, and all he does is like try to say to other people like, "Oh, you're all like cringy and just you just hate DC and you hate Zack Snyder," and you know like he jokes around about like he says like you know those guys that love him or whatever, you know, but then he just goes on and talks about like like everything he does is perfect and blah 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 blah, and it's like, bro, you're fucking licking his like, you don't actually like these films, you're just licking a director's ass because what you thought he was cool once, and you can't deal with the fact that people don't like it. I can deal with the fact that people like Batman vs Superman. I can deal with the fact that some people are mentally retarded. Why don't you deal with the fact that some people are smart and have brains? Boom.
Got him.
We will never talk about Batman vs Superman. We will talk about Batman vs Superman. But we will never, ever, ever do an episode of Batman vs Superman. It doesn't deserve an entire video's worth of my time to talk about. It is shit. That is the end of it. It's shit. Am I excited for the Snyder Cut? Maybe. It could be cool. Like, that could be cool. And I like Zack Snyder as a human being. Man of Steel's fine. But Batman vs Superman is shit. Okay, that's the end of it. I got mad. Sorry.
Oh god.
You wouldn't sleep with me if I'd started doing that in the middle of the day, would you? And you better believe I have. No, I've never done that. Unless
He's got so much passion. Oh my god, it's so attractive.
It'd be great if like the next day I go and some girl's actually like, I think the Snyder Cut's underrated, and I'm like, you fucking what? But she turns out to be like the girl of my dreams, so I desperately delete this video. I'm like, I didn't call you mentally retarded, babe. I'm sorry. Do you find that a weird thing, right? I mean, the podcast is ending soon, but I got one last thing to talk about. Calling people babe and baby, like, it's so cringy outside of it, and it's probably cringy once you're in a relationship too, but you just don't realise.
No, I won't do. I will never do that.
Do you not do it at all?
No.
I've been guilty. I've been very guilty of that.
I don't
calling
like
each other
it,
babe.
Man. Oh no.
It is cringe o'clock, yes.
I don't want to do that.
Now I hate myself. I've cut my own fucking hair and given myself ball patches. Everyone knows I hate Batman vs Superman, so now if in the future anybody can just trigger me immediately. Yeah, babe,
by saying I like Batman vs Superman.
And then just you see me like twitching like Mozambique. I don't know if you get you've seen the Johnny English films, right?
No.
Fuck! You're definitely not getting the sex. Fuck you.
Johnny English. Critically acclaimed.
Everyone's seen at least one of them or knows some of the things in them. Come on.
Mr. Bean, yeah, cool man.
Legend. Yeah. Yeah, so if this video can leave you one thing, don't ask any of these questions on a date.
Yeah.
Don't. You may think, well,
have
you
a
guys.
Nice conversation.
It's like, well, you guys had some funny and whatever things to say about it. You guys had a conversation for over an hour. Guess what? It's because we do a podcast, so no matter what, all this is us talking for an hour. It just so happened to be. Yeah, exactly. We were mocking it the whole time. Like, you're not gonna go on a first date with somebody and be like, "Wouldn't it be funny if we asked each other cringy questions, but we were self-aware the whole time?" Like, you're a crazy person.
We're self-aware.
That's worse than asking the questions themselves. Like, unironically, that's worse.
Or you just, oh my god. I just thought of a good idea for like a podcast. Like you go on dates, you like get a date,
right?
And then
secretly
don't secretly record it.
Oh, okay.
You're like, you don't even like you get.
What's
to the date
legal
stage.
loophole here that I can put in the contract?
You get to the date stage and you're like, yo, let's just talk about. Actually, no, that's trash. Fuck.
That is trash. I don't know where that was
going.
I
saw a good podcast. There's a good podcast that someone does somewhere. Where like they're literally, it's two people, they're on like a pop-up table in like a street,
okay,
and they kind of get random people to like talk about stuff, and it's
that's good until somebody yells the M word who's white.
True.
Or
I've only seen clips from it, but yeah.
They would have to do so much editing.
Yeah.
And then also you're on the street, you got sounds of like the street in the background.
Yeah. I
There's
think
this
maybe it's
movie-
like a quieter park. I don't know, bro.
Well, it's good. There's this movie, I forget what it's called, but it's got like the guy from Maroon 5 in, Mark Ruffalo, Natalie Portman. Oh, no, wait, no, not Natalie Portman, the other one. The one who looks like her. Keira Knightley. And it's got those in it, and it's about like her, like Mark Ruffalo being a music producer trying to make Keira Knightley into a big hit. So what they do is they record all of her songs like with a live like musicians in the background or whatever, and like record them all in the street, like on rooftops or in different like places. And I'm like, that would never ever work. Like you would just have wind, you would have, and I'm like, the whole movie just keeps going on. I'm like, you want me to buy this realistic like musical drama, and you're not even showing how music is actually up record. Like, but fuck you, that's no, it would never sound like that. Why do things like this trigger me? You would never sleep with me on a date if I just started. I don't think I've ever done that, luckily. I don't think I've ever gone on a date and just started
No,
rambling.
you play it safe, don't you?
Well, yeah, when you're on a first date, you don't like, you don't like reveal a lot about yourself. You reveal the things that you're happy for people to know, but you never be like, I secretly eat like a whole jar of peanut butter in the night or whatever. Like, you don't tell people that. You wait till you're in there.
Get it all over my body and don't shower until the morning.
That is my shower. It's like Kim Kardashian's fucking makeup line that you put like the entire makeup over your entire body. God's sake. Yeah, we're rambling now. So this is, or I am, lol. This is the end of the show. Yeah. Yes, sir. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't, still leave a like. Subscribe if you want. Comment if you want. Yeah, next week, I'm going to say this, and I bet it won't happen, but next week, if our friends can be normal human beings instead of fucking morons, we will talk about Lord of the Rings. Yes.
Yeah.
That is what we will do.
Yeah.
Joe, you got anything nice you're going to do for the lovely people if they like or whatever?
I'll give you a belly rub. Why not?
With like peanut butter on a knife?
No.
On your fingers?
I'll get Edward Scissorhands and like get the prop from that movie.
His
and then
scissor
do it.
hands?
Yeah.
Okay. And do it with that. It's perfectly safe.
Yep.
And there's a jar of peanut butter in the background. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. This has been a very weird last minute concept idea, but yeah. Show's called Talking Shit. You know what you're in for. And I've also done a thing now where once you click on the video, you can't click off it until it's done. So yeah, sorry if that's what happened and you're still here. But you've fallen into my trap like a fly in a Venus. What are those things called? Venus what traps? I don't know, but they're for flies. So basically,
fly trap.
What did you say?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would it be called a Venus fly? Thank you for watching and listening. This is also on Spotify, which apparently it's easier to find this show on Spotify than YouTube. So I guess I think we're almost starting to make like better Spotify numbers on some episodes. So hey, thank you if you're listening on Spotify. You're very cool. Follow the show. I don't know if it helps us in any way, but you know, it's a button you can press that does something. So
It
yeah,
changes colour. Wow.
wow,
Try it now.
it goes blue.
Ooh.
Yeah, but seriously, thanks very much for listening, guys. Have a nice, safe life, and when you do go on a date next, don't do anything we just did. Listen to some of the advice when we actually got serious for a second, but not anything else. Or maybe do and see what happens. Let us know. Yes. Joe's going to go for a run now. He's very looking forward to it.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.